was frustrated a lot, especially in my first year. I didn't have direction. I went into an environment that I wasn't fully prepared for. Most of my weekends in my year one, I didn't spend them on the campus ground. I started staying more on campus after I had agreed with the fact that yes, this is the school that you are now and this is the course that you have to study. There was confusion, a lot of confusion.
This is my campus story. My campus story.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Abu Jehonadab Agbengocho. I'm a graduate of computer science from Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi. Okay, and before I got into campus, or before I finally got admission into University of Agriculture, I had wanted to study computer engineering, but eventually things didn't work out as I planned, and then I got admission to study computer science instead. But before I got into campus, I recently got saved after I had come out of secondary school. I grew up in a Christian background where Bible was taught and all those kind of stuff like that. But the real experience of salvation was one I didn't have personally until some years after secondary school. Before I entered school, I had the opportunity to meet a few persons, and yeah, I started my Christian journey. Well, getting into campus, I was seeking for an opportunity to go deeper in my walk with God. Okay. I would call my campus season as a time of adventure. It was an interesting ride. There was a lot of ups and downs. I'm saying it this way because first of all, the school I entered, I didn't even plan to go to that particular school. It was just like a last minute kind of option. I will also call it something somewhat of a divine intervention, because I just saw God trying to redirect my life in so many ways I didn't recognize at that time. So yes, that's it. Okay, I think one major challenge I had getting into campus was I was frustrated a lot, especially in my first year. I was frustrated. I didn't have direction. I went into an environment that I wasn't fully prepared for. So there were a lot of things. Most of my weekends in my year one, I didn't spend them on the campus ground. I was staying off campus, and during the weekends I would just go to town and then relax and stay in the family house. I started staying more on campus after I had agreed with the fact that yes, this is the school that you are now and this is the course that you have to study. So I just learned to adjust that. So there was confusion, a lot of confusion. There were plenty, I wanted to deepen my work with God. There were plenty churches around. There were campus fellowships around. I was just walking from here to here, didn't have any specific sense of direction. So those struggles, those were the kinds of struggles I faced while I was in campus. I'll call my whole campus journey an act of the intervention of God. Because if God didn't at one point or the other use some certain people in my life to step into my life to redirect me, I would have a whole different campus story or a whole different campus experience. So sometime in my year one, somebody told me about NIFES. I stumbled into one of their meetings, and from there I met with one or two people that, despite my stubbornness, they were intentional about discipling me on the way my life, the proper way to live, and the proper way to behave on campus. And that was like the first act of intervention from God. Another one I can talk about clearly was that throughout my stay in the campus, although I didn't take my academics as serious as I was supposed to. But no matter what happened, I didn't have any carryover. And I can say it that yes, that was a serious act of the intervention of God, because there were some exams that I would just enter. I would just prepare the night before and enter. And after writing, I would know in my heart that what I wrote, it was it was rubbish. But at the end of the day, one way or the other, the results didn't come out as bad, as ugly as they were supposed to be. And that was God helping me. Okay, and I want the students to know that it's a journey, it's a phase, and we have to pass through it with confidence. Don't lose hope, don't give up. Okay, so my whole campus journey, or my whole campus experience, was one of redirection by the help of strategic people that God placed in my life. So now that I'm out of campus, when I come across students, I try to let them know, try to let them understand that no matter how bad your life is, it's a life that can be turned and can be rearranged for God. So the campus environment, the campus society is a building ground for young leaders, people that will one day step into the society and with what they have been influenced with, influence the society. So the state of the society is the state of the campus. What the society turns out to be is as a result of the people that came out from the campus into the society, the kind of experiences they have. So as those that have the opportunity to interact with students, and our job is to make them understand and let them know how they should live their life in a way that will be beneficial to their immediate environment, to themselves, and then the society at large. Okay, my campus story is one of adventure, a life that was redirected towards what God wanted to be, a quiet plan in motion in the hand of God. And now when I look back at it, I know that yes, God was really at work, even when I thought he wasn't. Wow, thank you very much.